Is HYBE really hiding something? Jimin and Jungkook scandal makes ARMY nervous. What's really going on behind the scenes? Come on, read more and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have you ever wondered what is really behind the scenes of the big agency HYBE? Why is ARMY suddenly agitated by the issues that arise around two of BTS's brightest stars, Jimin and Jungkook? Is there really a scandal that HYBE is deliberately hiding? Could this be just a rumor, or is there a larger fact that has been shrouded in silence all this time? Do not miss this complete news that will reveal another side of the sparkling but enigmatic world of entertainment. Before you continue reading, don't forget to click the like button if you are a BTS fan who always wants to know the truth behind the scenes. Leave a comment with your opinion. Do you believe there is something HYBE is hiding? And of course, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the hottest news updates. News about Jimin and Jungkook has always been a big concern, not only by their fans, ARMY, but also by international media and music industry observers. However, what happened this time seems to be much more complicated and invites wild speculation that makes the hearts of fans flutter erratically. There are rumors that HYBE deliberately covered up an incident involving the two members. But what was the incident? And why did the ARMY feel uncomfortable? In recent weeks, hot chats have appeared on various social media platforms, starting from Instagram DMs, Reddit forums, to Twitter full of hashtags #Jimin Jungkook scandal and #HYBE silent. The information circulating varies, ranging from issues of professionalism, internal disputes, to alleged personal conflicts that touch the sensitive side of their lives. But oddly enough, not a single official statement from HYBE clearly answers all these speculations. Very loyal and detail-minded fans began to comb through various old posts and interviews. There are small clues that look like codes or signals hidden in song lyrics, stage gestures, or even in the interaction of the two during a live broadcast. Some videos that were once viral were even mysteriously deleted or censored. This further adds to ARMY's curiosity and nervousness, who begin to question, is HYBE trying to cover up something more serious than they admit? The next surprise came from several former HYBE staffers who anonymously leaked information. They revealed that the internal working dynamics within BTS, especially between Jimin and Jungkook, are not always as harmonious as they appear on camera. Tensions and disagreements once reached a point that triggered incidents that had made management anxious. However, HYBE chose to manage the situation privately and mediate internally so that it would not become public consumption. But is it enough? Or is it precisely this that makes the ARMY feel there is dishonesty? More than that, this story is not just about rumors or gossip. The emotions that fans feel are very real. They feel betrayed when the truth they hold sacred about their idols is doubted. Some are angry, some are sad, and many feel confused between having to keep believing or start doubting the image they have been building. This is a big test for a fandom that has been known for its solidarity and cohesiveness. On the other hand, pop culture experts and social psychologists are closely watching this phenomenon. They explain that in the world of instant and stressful entertainment, internal conflicts and personal problems are quite possible. And often, large agencies do choose a silent strategy to preserve public image and avoid negative escalation. But is this strategy always effective? Is there no greater risk when the truth is finally revealed by outsiders? When we look deeper, the big question arises: do the public and fans have the right to know everything about the personal lives of their idols? Or should privacy and professional boundaries still be maintained for the common good? Here comes a very complex dilemma and makes the ARMY even more restless and confused. On the one hand, they want unconditional support, but on the other hand, they are also human beings who want to be honest and know what is really going on. Not only that, there is also speculation that this issue could have a big impact on Jimin and Jungkook's careers in the future, even for BTS as a whole. Will HYBE be able to weather this storm without losing the trust of fans and the wider public? Or did this scandal actually become a turning point that brought major changes in the management of the group and the personal lives of the members? Seeing how much attention and pressure there is, we cannot ignore how important open communication and transparency are in the world of entertainment. ARMY demands clear answers and not just empty denials or omissions that give rise to wild speculation. They want to know that their idols are also mere mortals who have dark sides and flaws, and that there is no need to hide them in a detrimental way. In the future, this scandal became an important lesson for all parties, not only HYBE, but also the fans and the media. There is a need to create a healthier and more realistic ecosystem in this highly competitive industry. The entertainment industry must learn that building trust is more important than maintaining a fragile pseudo-image. Likewise, fans must be able to accept that their idols are also human with all imperfections. Even so, curiosity remains burning. What exactly happened? Will HYBE reveal this fact someday? And how did Jimin and Jungkook react amid such a wave of speculation? All these answers are still a mystery that hangs, waiting for time and courage to open the veil that has been tightly closed as we drill further. The controversy surrounding the Jimin and Jungkook scandal turns out to be more than just interpersonal friction or minor issues common in large groups. There is news that is very provocative, even disturbing the order of comfort that has been built by HYBE and her fans. Issues that arise are not just about personal relationships, but involve alleged manipulation of public image, extreme psychological pressure, and even rumors of intervention from third parties with hidden agendas. There is a theory that HYBE deliberately carried out very strict damage control so that this controversy would not explode into a big scandal. It is as if there is a tacit agreement between the management and some parties in the entertainment industry who want to maintain peace for the sake of financial gain and image. This raises a big question. To what extent can a large entertainment company like HYBE compromise the truth for the sake of keeping business? And are fans, who have always been the source of life of idols, actually perceived only as a marketing tool that should be manipulated? More than that, some observers and insiders who dare to speak out claim that the pressure exerted on Jungkook and Jimin is much heavier than it seems. Some say, inhuman standards of perfection and loyalty make them almost lose their identity and personal freedom. Is it true that BTS members' freedom of expression is restricted to such an extent that it leaves them trapped in a narrative that has been prepared by management? This is not just a small scandal, but a dark portrait of how the entertainment industry can destroy the mentality and psyche of its artists for pseudo-profit. Another provocation came from a more egregious theory. Was there an external party deliberately spreading rumors and creating tension between Jimin and Jungkook? Has the fierce competition in the global music industry reached the point where foul play has become the main weapon to bring down opponents? This opens up a space for discussion about the conspiracy of the Korean and even global music industry. If so, then who benefits from all this chaos? And what is HYBE's role in keeping or even allowing this situation to develop? When this kind of scandal sticks around, the public often only gets a polished, edited version of the story. However, the reality behind the scenes can be very different and much darker. Several sources revealed that there was a systematic attempt on the part of management to silence the voices trying to uncover the truth. Those who dare to speak out instead are faced with threats or even severe legal action. This raises serious questions about freedom of expression and human rights in a world of entertainment that is supposed to be full of creativity and freedom. For the ARMY, which has been very close to Jimin and Jungkook, this news is like lightning in broad daylight. They feel confused and hurt. Some began to question their loyalty, not to their idols, but to the agency that had been trusted. They wondered if HYBE really cared about the well-being of his artists or simply exploited them for purely business gain. It's not just about disappointed fans, but about how a big institution can fail to keep the man behind the big name. As this news grew, deeper and more provocative rumors emerged, which seemed to open a dark veil behind the glittering stage of BTS and HYBE's management. Not only about the dispute between Jimin and Jungkook, but there are rumors that this conflict may be deliberately produced or used as a very cunning marketing strategy. Is it true that this scandal is just a play that is neatly designed to keep the world's attention on BTS and HYBE? Is this kind of controversy deliberately created to boost streaming numbers, album sales, or even to strengthen the emotional bonds of divided fans? Many began to question HYBE's ethics in managing her artists. There is a strong rumor that HYBE keeps a close watch on Jimin and Jungkook's every move, even in their personal lives. Some sources who did not want to be named claim that the pressure they felt was much greater than the public had ever imagined. How can two big stars like BTS have to fight in the shadow of freedom limited by an industrial system that seems like a human factory? Are they really human beings or just commodities traded in the global entertainment market? Even more surprising, there is a strong suspicion that HYBE has a hidden agenda in keeping a distance between Jimin and Jungkook socially, perhaps even emotionally. A strategy touted to keep from happening overexposure, personal relationships that could be considered controversial or even harm the image of the group. But if it is true, is it not a form of discrimination against their freedom and humanity as individuals? How do fans feel who have idolized both of them as warm and full of familiarity? Meanwhile, rumors are no less hot about the intervention of third parties who deliberately provoke tensions between Jimin and Jungkook, and even spread baseless slander. In the entertainment world, especially in a highly competitive industry like K-pop, competition and intrigue are nothing new. However, if it is true that there are dark hands who deliberately spoil the relationship of these two artists, then the question is, who benefits from this mess? Does HYBE herself know and keep quiet? Or even get involved in this game for the sake of maintaining their status and dominance in the industry? Furthermore, there are reports that this issue not only affects the mental and emotional state of Jimin and Jungkook, but also affects all BTS members. The tension that has formed behind the scenes is believed to have triggered a change in dynamics within the group that has been known to be solid. There are those who say that, behind a smile and a magnificent stage, there are actually wounds and disappointments that are difficult to express. The big question, is BTS still able to survive in the midst of this storm of controversy? Or is this a sign of an irreparable rift? The public and fans have a right to know. However, the reality presented by HYBE seems to overshadow many important facts. Fans were confused and frustrated by conflicting information and a lack of transparency on the part of management. Some have begun to refer to this as a form of public deception and systematic manipulation of opinion. If this is true, then where does justice lie for the fans who have poured unlimited love and supported to BTS? In this context, it is important to emphasize that this kind of pressure and controversy can be a heavy burden for artists, especially for those who are young and looking for their identity. Has HYBE already taken into account the psychological and social impact of all this pressure? Or are they just focused on material gain and popularity statistics? It's not just a matter of business, but a matter of humanity and ethics that should be a major concern in the entertainment industry. As these rumors continue to spread, a big question mark hangs over ARMY hearts around the world. Will they remain loyal to Jimin and Jungkook, despite the harsh reality they may have to face? Or is it precisely this scandal that will be a blow that shakes the long-established foundations of trust? This is where the fans' biggest dilemma lies, between unconditional love and the need for the whole truth. The controversy also sparked a broader discussion about transparency and freedom of expression in the K-pop industry, which has been known to be highly structured and controlled. To what extent does an artist have the right to live according to his own will without having to fear the consequences of agency? Have we only seen fake versions of the figures we idolize? Over time, more and more questions and speculations arose. What exactly is HYBE hiding? Is this just the beginning of a much bigger scandal? And most importantly, will honesty ever come to the fore, or will all continue to be buried in the shadow of secret deals and power games? In this enigmatic situation, fans are expected to remain vigilant and critical. Do not be easily lulled by information presented unilaterally. Let's continue to encourage HYBE to open the veil of truth and provide proper protection and support to its artists. Because behind the big names and the grand stage, there are people who deserve true justice and freedom. As the rumors get more and more heated, one thing that can't be ignored is how this scandal ignites tensions that go far beyond the bounds of regular fandom. There were horrendous rumors accusing HYBE of not only hiding the facts, but actively manipulating the situation for personal gain and corporate profit. A theory that is not kidding says that HYBE's management deliberately created this crisis script to keep the public glued and the media away from the BTS spotlight, even as the group's heyday began to enter a new, more complicated chapter. In this perspective, the controversy that arises is not an accident, but a calculatively designed plan. What's more, the news is even more horrifying. There are strong allegations that HYBE is implementing some kind of shadow code of conduct that restricts personal relationships between